I was 61 years old and I was on holiday in Crete with my husband. I woke up one morning and I had severe sudden pain in my right hip, and we'd been invited out for a day out with the village people, and had such pain we had to cancel. And the friend of mine, he had problems with his knee, and he said, I have got some diclofenac, which is an anti-inflammatory, and some paracetamol. Why don't you take some of those and get yourself off to bed, which I did. And the following morning, when I got up, I felt so much better. I didn't take too much notice of it. I was just pleased that the pain had gone. And that was really the start of the rheumatoid arthritis, but at that time I wasn't diagnosed. When I returned home, I went back to work, and I was fine for a little while. I was feeling really tired. I didn't feel as if I'd recovered well after my annual leave. Usually come back absolutely bouncing after being on holiday, but no, I still felt very, very tired, and had the odd ache and pain. One minute it would be in my knee or my hip. I was a very fit, healthy young woman, and getting these vague pains was becoming very troublesome. I thought I could soldier on, and at heart I was quite worried about things, because I held a responsible job and I wanted to give 100%. I used to actually go for massage on a Friday, which I found very, very helpful for the joints and relaxing. And I used to bump into a lady which I now know. Her name is Janet, who's a volunteer at the Hyperbaric MS Centre in Canterbury. And she said, why don't you go along? And you know, they're having very, very good results for patients of all different diseases and with different problems. So I thought, well, I can't do any harm by phoning, finding out what it's all about, which I did. I still, after a lot of research myself, decided that I would like to go ahead. And although she was very sceptical, she did sign the required form. We thought it'd be a very good idea if we had my bloods taken prior to the hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and a month afterwards, when I started at the beginning of my 20 sessions, which I did, and we tested for C-reactive protein and the usual bloods. The C-reactive protein was 21.4, and after the oxygen it had come down to 8.3. I have continued having oxygen therapy weekly, once weekly, because I find it very effective and I feel so much better for having it. The stiffness in my joints has improved considerably in the mornings, and at my leg, the problem I had on the right leg is much, much stronger for walking. My sleep pattern has improved, and also my concentration levels have actually improved. At the moment, I am taking no medication whatsoever, which is absolutely brilliant for me. My overall view of the centre is absolutely marvellous. I actually think I'd recommend it to anyone if they have a problem to come along and see Karen, be assessed, don't be frightened, and she will guide you along the way. And I also would like to say that by speaking to a lot of the patients, you get a lot of good feedback, and that really does help in your recovery.